So I just finished my first meditation, and it was incredible. I've been asking myself and the universe, who created religion? Who created religion? Man, human. Human created religion. And if they created religion back so long ago, and they learned a lot, you can teach a lot, you can learn a lot from these other religions, absolutely. Each religion has a certain truth to it. Every religion, really, even the most negative, culty religion, even the religions that don't have a deity, like your exercise religions and stuff like that. Every belief starts from somewhere, and it starts from a human who says, you know what, I have an idea. Exploring different religions is very interesting, because in exploring those other religions, I questioned my own beliefs and what do I believe in. So this vlog will be my meditations in answering these questions. I may get personal. I offend. I don't apologize, because it is unintentional and there's no need to apologize. I didn't do anything wrong. You need to look inward as to why you're offended by my truths or my journey. I come to you with no makeup on. This is me. Learning to love myself has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do. So, when you grow up in a religion that tells you that this is your place, this is what you're supposed to do, and anything else is bad and evil, my insatiable lust for knowledge, my insatiable lust for loving myself was taught to me as sin and evil. That's my interpretation. And a long time I've struggled with those questions and with those beliefs in myself and who I am. Outwardly, I projected someone who had their stuff together. And nobody has their stuff together. Outwardly, I projected when I was young that I was promiscuous, that I didn't care. And I did. I cared deeply. I care deeply about myself. I care deeply about all the people that I've touched and affected. In my meditation, my journey to understand religion and what it means to me personally, I think everyone has their own personal religion. They may say they belong to this group. Like I'll sit here and tell you that I resonate mostly at this time in my life with the Wiccan religion, although I don't identify as a Wiccan. I do practice witchcraft. However, it's my own personal witchcraft. I can say that I've worked with deities such as Hecate, and I can say, yes, I'm a Hecatean at this moment. But that's not all of me. That's only a part of me. And coming to terms with it and saying, I'm okay with telling people in society who I am is a step in my own realization. When we present ourselves in public, my cat's making noises, sorry. When we present ourselves in public, we want the public to see who we are. At least that's my goal. I want to be in public, and I want people to look at me and say that person's who they are. They're not wearing a mask. We all wear masks. It's okay. It's self-protection. Going out in public without a mask is very scary. Try it. Just go into a mall. Nobody's in the malls anymore, so there's hardly any interaction really. But go into a mall without your mask and see how that feels. And I'm not talking about your physicality. This is just clothing. Masking means like with your eyes, and you're able to look in other people's eyes, and you are centered, and you know what you believe in, and you know what you know is true. You know what you know is true for your life. And what brings you joy, what brings you sadness, what your life has experience has taught you. My life experience has taught me that there's unconditional love out there. And I know that's, I don't like to talk in absolutes. I'm not a big fan of absolutes. Nevers. It's a word in the vocabulary, but what always will be, and you can't change that, and that I guess is an absolute. So maybe I need to rethink that word. Maybe I need to rethink my thoughts. And this is a video journal. This is me learning what do I believe, what don't I believe. I believe the energy inside of me, it can be harnessed and it can be used to heal yourself. I know because I've done it. I've also misstepped and not done it when I should have and ended up in surgery. But I learned. I'm learning. Eating properly is a big deal. Even though I really like bad food. That's gonna be so hard. I know it's better for me to eat. I got a bit crazy kitten, I'm sorry. I know eating less preservatives is better for you. But chili cheese Fritos they exist. I think they're delicious. So I like my big gulp from 7-Eleven every Saturday. I put so much ice in there, there's barely any soda anymore, but it's a treat. It's my treat. We should treat ourselves. We're here to live, right? We're here to experience things. We're here to experience the joy of having your big gulp every Saturday. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And if anybody's telling you that this is the way to live, this is how you should live, then they're lying to you. They're selling you their dream. They're selling you what works for them. It might work for you. And you know what? And if it does, that's great. I've never found that. I've never found one specific way to be happy. And it's hard. It's hard because it's hard to accomplish things. It's hard to go to school when you work all day, and then you have you time, and then you have school, and then you have you time again. But then you're tired, and then you don't really have you time. I'm taking a hiatus from school. School's hard. School's hard because it's structured around people who don't learn like I do. Let me start from scratch. My camera cut off. So I'm a kinesthetic learner. I learn with my hands. I have to learn with my hands or else I don't learn. I've tried reading books. Reading books is hard. Audible books work better for me, but if they're an instructional book, like it has like, recipe in there, or, you do this, I have to read it. I just learn different. I learn differently than other people. Knowing that about myself makes school even harder because I'm like, I know doing this is going to make me feel better and I'm going to have a degree, a piece of paper, but I'm also learning things that I need to know if I want to own a business. And I really just chakras make me feel better. Today is dedicated to chakras, chakra meditation. I'm going to spend all day meditating. Yoga. No, I call it moving meditation, which is yoga positions. Yoga was created with chakras. You can do yoga without concentrating on your chakras, but when doing chakras, you should really do yoga with it because you're opening up energy centers, and sometimes you got to make a movement, you got to do things, you got energy throughout your whole body, but in specific centering points of your body can help align you and help you feel more stable, and you don't cry as much. Crying's fine. You need to evacuate. You need to express your emotions. Even anger. Anger is okay. Anger is needed. Anger is fuel. Anger is fire. Solar plexus right here. It's courage as well. Anger and courage are on the same coin, in my mind. So anger is necessary sometimes. Sometimes we have to get angry at where we are so that we can affect change. Dramatic emotions create dramatic change. That includes love. That includes hate. I don't hate. Again, you can't say that. I have to say that I hate. I have to say that I hate because I love so intensely. And you can't have love without hate. Again, same coin. Heart chakra. So there's hate. I struggle, I guess, with hate. Because I've been told for so long, it's why waste your emotion on it, right? Well, you don't waste emotion anytime. There's no such thing as wasting an emotion. If you feel an emotion, you should have it. You're valid if you have it. Scream at the world sometimes. We need to let it free. Because if we don't, it will eat us inside. And then we're just a walking shell of what? And then when you see that person close to you pass away that became that empty shell, you don't feel that same emotion. You feel that sadness for the person that you knew a long time ago that became that empty shell. I was an empty shell. I was empty. I had everything, but I felt empty because I wasn't my true self. I wasn't being me. I was being what the world wanted to see. I was being that mother. I was being that wife. I was being that coworker. I was being that person in the car next to you just driving to or from work. That's all I was doing. I wasn't looking at the beauty around me. I wasn't looking at the hate around me. I was just being. There's nothing necessarily wrong with just being. Boring is great. I like boring. But boring does not affect change. And when I have people close to me expressing such anger and hate towards people that I love, it's not really an anger, and it's not really a hate then. It's a misunderstanding. It's a confusion, and it's a refusal to learn because you're so used to being in that shell. You're so used to just being that empty person, going to work, coming home, making dinner, watching TV, doing it all over again the next day. Routine is great. Discipline is great. I struggle with discipline, self-discipline. I know a lot of people who struggle with self-discipline. But I know a lot of people who are great at discipline. Like, they amaze me. And I can tell you right now, any human I meet, I will find a positive trait inside of them. You know why? Because everybody you interact with, everybody that you hate at the moment, there is something inside of them that you will like. And you will struggle with that. Understanding again, why do you not like that person? And then they'll remind you, I'm sure. I have several people like that. I find good things that they do, good things that they've done, good things that they've said, good things, good vibes, and then they'll do something that is totally questioning and trying to reconcile with that. Has been the greatest struggle of my life. Because I genuinely see goodness in people first until they reveal they're ugly. Some people reveal they're ugly immediately. Some people are not shy about their ugly. I'm shy about my ugly. You won't see my ugly unless you really get me going. There's a few people who've seen my ugly. Ugly. But I need to learn to love my ugly. And that's shadow work. Learning to love your ugly. Shadow work has gotten me to this place. And I really hope today's meditation day gives me the peace that I'm looking for. I hope it gives me the direction that I need. And I hope I connect. I just hope I connect with me again. I'm coming out of depression. I have seasonal depression, so during the winter months when it's dark, it's very hard to be a light being in a meat suit. But I'm coming out of that. Spring. Today's spring. It's the first day of official spring. And I feel the energy starting to come to life again. And it brings me to life again. And I rail against death until the time it comes. And I greet it as a friend. And we walk into the darkness together. I'm never alone. You're never alone. As long as you exist on this planet, you have your future and past self with you. Your ancestors are with you. I have dreams of my grandparents, ones I've never met. They give me hugs. My Bushi, I've never met her. She's a very strong-willed woman. And I want her to teach me how to be that way. We can learn from our ancestors, even if they're gone. Root chakra first.